like, I'm going to get rid of my Instagram. I'm going to deactivate that shit. And oh my God, like, I didn't realize how much I was on that shit. Like, oh my God, look at my coffee. Like, oh my God, I'm at the gym now. Like, oh my God, at the beach. Like, life is so good. You know? Like, oh my God. Like, now I can just, like, get my coffee and drink it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta get the fucking angle.
Going on in the world.
There's a lot going on.
It really feels like, I mean, Sarah and I were talking about it. It feels like World War III is about to be happening. Like, the world feels like it's about to be ending soon or whatever.
No, I mean,
like, not to start this off, like, on a dark note, but, like, really, that's kind of how I'm feeling.
No,
not, like, in a dark
absolutely.
way.
And, like, this has been the least summery summer I've ever experienced. Like, truly. Like, what is summer? What is fun? What is joy?
I don't know.
Like, it just started with 4th of July being the least amount of celebratory it has ever felt.
Right.
And then every day after that has just been a shit show.
Been a very sad summer, not a hot girl summer.
And I hate that.
Sad.
Because, like, I thought after Cancer season,
right,
like, we were going to just, like, come on over to Leo season and, like, everything would be fixed. And it's not. And it's really sad.
Right. I thought it was over that summertime sadness. But, like, nope, it's lingering.
Yeah.
Lingering.
Yeah.
I mostly bring this up because, like, I wanted to talk about, like, monkeypox really quick. Like, what?
God.
I mean, I don't really have much to say except for, like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And I'm, like, a little scared.
I heard it's gonna get bad. Like, I don't know, man.
Get real bad. I mean, it has pox, so like I think like chicken pox, like, smallpox, that shit's hella contagious.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like maybe the world should just end. Like, you know, like I don't want to like be dramatic, but like, is it worth it? Like, let me know how many years I got left so I can start living like I'm an 80-year-old grandma that's like going through her like wish list. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like they're making it seem like there is a brighter future, and we don't really know.
We don't. And I'm just feeling, I totally feel you, because it's like, should I burn all my money now? Like, am I going to, you know, what's the point of saving? Like, if the world is going to end.
What am I saving for?
I feel like I should just be getting out and traveling now. Like,
I know.
fucking job, right? Because, like, the world isn't going to be here in, like, 10 years.
I know. It's like, you know when the pandemic started and we were all judging those people that were traveling a lot and, like, didn't give a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you can't use this against me, what I'm about to say, but, like, maybe they had something right. Like, you know, like, truly, like, I'm a little jealous, like, judging and jealous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was judging, but now I'm like, maybe you were doing it right.
Right.
All along. Because, I don't know, there is no post-pandemic.
No, there's not. Honestly, I was at the hair salon the other day getting my hair cut, and I was, you know, listening to other people's conversation. And this lady was talking about when she was traveling in Europe and how they don't have bans for, or they don't check for negative COVID tests to, like, travel from country to country anymore. So I literally overheard this woman say, yeah, my son had COVID, but we put him on the plane anyways.
What?
Like, okay, no. So everybody's just like, fuck COVID now too, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, now that everyone's vaccinated and they, like, get it and, like, they get the symptoms of, like, a common cold or flu.
They're, like, fine.
I feel like people just, like, don't care.
It's, like, cool.
But, like, to me, I still care because we don't know what it's doing to our bodies. But, again, I don't care also in the sense that, like, I don't want it to be the most important thing in my life anymore.
For sure. For sure.
Especially if other people have never made it the most important thing in their life.
Right.
Meanwhile, we were scared for like 2 years. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean?
Living in fear.
No, literally.
I know.
It's like, what? Are we going to run out of toilet paper again? You know what I mean? Let's go through the list.
Bro.
No more going in grocery stores. Like, you know what? Like, what is happening?
Right. Oh my gosh. Do you remember when we went to Target right before like the lockdown happened and how sketch it felt in there, and like everything was off the shelves?
The lines were insane. Like every grocery store experience I had, like the first few months, like there were lines around the block in the city. It was pretty crazy, and like
wild.
It's just insane that like it's so hard putting ourselves back in that mindset. But it really did feel so strange and scary. Like, when we had the curfew, like, what?
Right.
Like, what?
I thought they were going to, like, follow me out of
also,
the city or
like,
something.
And then, like, this China shit, you know what I mean? Like, this is not a political podcast. This is a whatever the fuck we going through, we going to talk about podcast. And, like, I've just been seeing some crazy shit. about like China,
Right.
and us, the U.S. doing what it does best, just meddling in anywhere that it's,
Right.
you know what I mean, that we feel like it, and then there's gonna be repercussions.
For sure. Like, I mean, I really don't know much about anything, but like, why Nancy go over there? No U.S. like politician had been to Taiwan in like 10 years.
So I guess like the island of Taiwan, the location of it is a really prime location.
For trading,
war.
right? Too,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of shipments and stuff go through there, I think.
For
right?
C, essentially, if the U.S. wanted to fight against China, it would be really hard fighting them from the U.S. And having access to Taiwan and their land, we'd be able to do some damage to China rather than just blowing missiles into water.
Got you.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Makes it more strategic because we're closer to them.
Exactly. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get that close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, obviously for selfish reasons, you know what I mean? Not because they actually care.
Not because they care about them, obviously, or their independence as a nation.
It's just crazy because, like, I don't know, like, who would have thought, I mean, people who are into politics probably would have thought, but who would have thought that, like, China and Russia are like, you know what I mean?
Right, besties trying to bring us down.
No, literally, I'm like, oh, so this is funny. Like, a little bit after, interesting.
Right. My calculation says
that World War III.
Right. If I add it up.
No, actually. And I don't know. Like, I'm in this weird stage of, like, trying to feel normal, but then I feel like the more normal I try to make my life, the more abnormal externally everything feels.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what is the point of like living a normal life? Like, what is even a normal life?
Yeah. I hate that I agree. I feel like I'm still trying to grab for like a sense of normalcy, but nothing has been normal for like a while. So I really don't know what I'm trying to like grab at and like ground myself with.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much going on.
I mean, if you really think about it too, I feel like as millennials, this is around the time where you typically start feeling a little bit more grounded in your life. You know what I mean? Like your late 20s, your 30s. But during this period of our lives, the world is going through monumental change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Change that every single generation is feeling. But we just so happen to be in that era of our life where we're trying to find stability.
Yeah.
At a time where no generation has stability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very, very strange to be a millennial right now. Because, like, Gen Z, they're still kind of in their early 20s, maybe some mid. They're still figuring it out. And people older than us, you know, they've been adults for a long time now. Mm-hmm. Most of them. They probably are homeowners. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they got their shit together a little bit more than we do. And, you know, boomers, yeah, they're just rocking with it. Like,
right.
Retired. I don't know what you guys do. All I know is millennials, we feel very strange.
Yeah. No, I feel it. Because, like you said, we're all in this transitional period of, like, okay, well, are we buying houses? Are we getting married? Like, I feel like serious...
Are we drafting a war?
Right,
are we building
exactly. Like what
weapons?
The hell is happening? Are we starting businesses? Are we having families? Like, all these things are okay to be doing, but it just feels extra stressful when the world
fighting
is like
for our rights,
shambling down around us.
Literally,
and you're so right, because like, while you know Gen Z, I feel like they're out here trying to fight the good fight. Like they still kind of have like their family support because they're that young still. You know what I mean? I feel like they can still kind of like flock back to the home and have like for the people who are lucky enough to have parents who can support them like that. But you know, you get what I'm saying. You know?
And the thing is, I feel like a lot of Gen Zers don't have that support system because more than any other generation, Gen Z is more open about who they are. And I feel like other generations, we would hide it so we're accepted by our family, but I've noticed with Gen Z especially, they do not hide who they are, and a lot of them are willing to be poor and on their own because they've been honest with their family about what they don't like.
Yeah.
I've noticed that as a trend with y'all.
For sure. They're not putting up with the bullshit.
They're not.
They want to have they want the planet around, I feel like.
And
you
they're
know
also
what I mean?
honest in their place of work when they don't like something, when they don't want to show up, when the vibes are off. Like, they just don't care, you know? And that creates a little bit more instability.
Yeah.
You know, if you can play the game and put on a little happy face, like, yeah, a lot more people are going to support you. But when you're being authentic, I feel like you're going to get less support.
It's true. It's not everybody can get behind what you're what you're putting down, unfortunately. But
mean,
that doesn't
yeah.
mean you stop doing it.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, did you see that video of Dwayne The Rock Johnson talking about how he wants to be Meg the Stallion's dog? Her pet.
He better have filed for divorce right after saying that. Because that
was hollering.
No, that shit was ballsy. No, that's like going to Casa Amor on Love Island and literally just risking it all.
Yes.
That's literally same energy. He said, I pick her. Like, I'm sorry. There was like, the question wasn't even finished.
Right.
And he was like, my son.
Like, okay.
Like, oh, you were
How
waiting.
often do you think about her?
I mean, duh.
I feel it.
But holy how does his wife feel? Did someone check on her? I think someone should
check on her. Especially how popular that got. I mean, like...
No, I mean, he's so famous, whatever he says is going to blow up. But that's just ballsy. And honestly, no, I mean, maybe she's his hall pass. You know what I mean? And you gotta respect a partner who understands that you should have a hall pass.
Yes.
Like, right?
No,
I feel like it's a red flag for me if, if I were to tell my boyfriend, here's my hall pass. He's like, we don't do hall passes. Like, excuse me?
Right.
Why shouldn't I get a fair shot of being with my famous boo?
Right.
If the chances were there. Like, it's like winning the lottery.
Right.
Who knows if it's gonna happen?
Right.
But you would take that happiness away from me?
Right.
Like, that's not love.
Right.
Love is wanting happiness for your partner no matter what.
You're not gonna let me flirt a little?
Isn't that one line that's like, you're in love when you care about their happiness more than yours? Like, prove it to me. That's a saying. People say that.
No, it's true. No.
And you should feel it
true.
too.
And I agree. Like, I feel like it's a fun thing to have in couples,
is.
And
there's nothing wrong with it.
No. And also, it's unrealistic to act like, oh, I only have eyes for you. Like, they find other people attractive. You might as well, like, know a little bit about it. Not too much. I don't want to know you be going all crazy about it. But, like, a hall pass thing is fun.
No, I think it's totally fine. And it's normal because it's not a normal person.
Right.
Like, if your partner was like, so-and-so's girlfriend? Yeah, I really like
That's
her.
my hall pass.
I'm like, the fuck? The girl
that.
we see, like, once a month? Like,
Right.
what?
Go be with her then.
Then what the fuck? I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her you want her. 'Cause,
Right.
like, I'm happy for this. Why am I here?
Right.
The fuck? Huh? Yeah, it's all about supply and demand.
I really loved that he said that. It
It
very
will go down in
unexpected
history.
my opinion, but,
I would Will Smith slap this one.
Yeah.
Still got,
Still got room for a third.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that number 3 to come through.
You could be next.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I know you've seen that picture of Drake's dad's tattoo.
Oh my God.
Of Drake. And if you guys haven't, we're going to post it right here. Just one more look so you can get a good... Why is that shit so funny? So if you're wondering what we're talking about, so Drake posted a picture of his dad's arm, and it's a tattoo of Drake's face on it. And a moment of silence for this tattoo. And Drake posted it, and he captioned it while tagging his father. I was just sitting here thinking, why you do me like this? We family. I don't know why. Like, that still gives me very much, like, boomer energy. Like a boomer trying to be cool. Me like, I want to get my son tatted on
right
me
here. I love my son.
And then, like, imagine Drake. Like, why is that so funny? I would be so embarrassed. But Drake is so funny because he could just laugh it off. Oh, like, he posted it before someone else saw it.
Oh, yeah.
Because someone else would be like, yo, I just ran into Drake's dad.
Right.
Look at this tattoo.
Because also, that Drake's dad literally probably got it done and then was like, look, son.
No, absolutely. Like, how long
ask for Drake's approval if he could get him.
The funny thing is, he got it fixed up in 2018 because the first one was so bad. And the second one's, like, a little better.
Oh, my God.
But either way, like, he just he looks like he's, like, looking over his shoulder, about to, like, bend it over and touch his toes. Like... I don't know. He's giving a little duck face.
Yes,
like
the pursed lips.
Like, that's just the trauma of being a Cancer moon, you know, and a Scorpio sun. Like, you will have family trauma.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. As if anyone is questioning if, like, Drake's dad is Drake's dad. He's like, yeah, this is my son.
Yeah, don't forget. And then there's Drake.
I made this.
Yo, that's like the... that's the worst. Really that's even worse than, like, people visiting your family home and your parents be like, yep, I got pictures of them from, like, the 7th grade.
Oh my
What was the terrible thing that you thought of?
Oh my gosh, I almost don't want to say it, but you know.
No, you have to say it.
Okay. I was thinking, what if when his dad is, you know, like getting it
Shut up! Where is this going? Where is this going? Where is this going?
You know, the girls are like, oh, I'm kind of like fucking Drake too in a way because they can look at Drake while they fucking the dad. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird to me.
Threesome with the tatted Drake.
Exactly. What if he sells it as that? I don't know. His dad gives me creepy vibes.
Oh,
like
stop
creepy
it.
uncle vibes who would like
hit on you
like,
at the
you know, and come whisper in your ear at the barbecue.
Come here, let me whisper in your ear. I cannot. No, it is actually not okay.
Yeah.
I would pay, if I was Drake, I would pay a large amount to get that tattoo removed.
Yeah, get it covered up.
Actually.
Removed, covered up, something.
Why? Parents do the most
embarrassing
shit.
I will, yeah.
They really do the most embarrassing shit, and they don't even know that it's embarrassing you. They think it's love.
Oh my God.
And he responded,
so
his
proud.
dad, on Instagram to that picture, and he said, I love you and miss you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I saw this very interesting robot.
Oh, God.
In Target that does your manicures. Like, gives you a manicure.
What?
It's like a 10-minute thing. It was like this little robot, and you stick your hand in it and gives you a little gel manicure. Isn't that so cool?
How much was it?
I don't know how much it was. I was like on Snapchat story videos or whatever, and I just remembered like the robot coming down, and it was like took like 10 minutes.
And what if it chops off your fingers?
It very well might.
Oh,
it very well could.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, I
Either
was very
this is
intrigued too.
Game changing, or there will be a scandal.
Right.
And end up on a Black Mirror episode.
Right. Someone's fingers or like hand is gonna get burned off or like chopped off, like you said.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
But I feel like it would be so nice on those days when you know you really don't want to sit in a freaking nail salon.
I mean,
but
now
you just need
that's
to get
another
your
thing.
nails
That
done.
fucking stupid ass monkeypox. It's like not like I don't know if I can go to the nail salons. Like they're literally touching so many people. Like it seems like it's a good time to take a break.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the number one place where people touch their grimy feet and fingers.
I
and
know.
Of course, you hope that like every place you go to is clean, but you just really don't know if they were diligent right before you or like
always
who was sitting up in there.
Down.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's just so frustrating, honestly.
Just want to live my life.
Literally.
One of my only joys in life is going to the nail salon and pampering myself in this way.
But then again, like, fuck, these nail prices are also getting insane.
Yeah. For real. And I'm not even doing anything hella crazy.
Fuck, so what the fuck are you charging other people?
For real.
It's wild.
For real.
On my real nails, a regular gel mani-pedi. Like, it's, like, insane.
For real. And it's just like, damn, I wonder if it's just because there's, like, you know, been a whole, like, nail revolution with, like, all the nail art and stuff that it's, like, gone.
I mean, that's cool. I get that. But it's, like, I don't know. Am I the...
It sucks for...
I want people to get paid for, like, their craft, obviously. But I just also feel like when something blows up, these industries, especially industries that are predominantly for women, they, like, raise the prices.
Yeah.
And we already have so many different types of beauty services that we need to get done.
Yeah.
And it's so wild because, like, the wage gap for women to men, obviously that exists. But then how much money as women we have to already spend to maintain, you know what I mean, our beauty.
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy
to get
to
them in
me.
and keep them in.
It almost makes me think that they don't want us to thrive. They want us to be broke.
Yeah.
So we can depend on men.
Uh-huh. It's just so annoying. It's just a vicious cycle.
It really is.
And, gosh, I just hate these men too. Because, like, in actuality, they don't want us depending on them. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want that.
No, that's actually really
You're not going to give us your money like that.
No,
you know?
they really won't. I saw a funny ass tweet today by Christabel60. Gotta give credit always. They said, women are gold diggers, said by someone with no gold, no silver, bronze, or plastic.
Right.
Like, actually.
Right.
It's always these grimy, broke men that, you're a gold digger. What can they
Right.
be? Like, what can they be digging from you? Like, why are you so worried about these gold diggers when you have literally nothing?
Right. You mad because you can't afford to hang?
And they also are so mad at women who just have standards, who were raised
Right.
in families that, you know, and have expectations for the men
Yeah.
that are coming and courting their women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't want girls like that, okay, go date someone else. But they always want, you know what I mean? They want to change your mind.
Mm-hmm. And then, again, get mad at you when they're like, change your standards. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
And
Like,
they get
go away.
aggressive with it. It's like,
They do.
no.
Like, I just genuinely feel like, I don't know. Everything seems to be an argument in the dating world right now is what I'm witnessing.
does.
Like, there's just such a divide. And I'm just like, can people just find like-minded people? Like, stop trying to convince the person you're dating to think like you.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of like, well, devil's advocate. Well, like, do we split it? Like, shut the fuck up. Go find someone who agrees with you.
For real.
It's not that serious.
It's really not. Like, at all.
But it just makes me think that a lot of people don't really necessarily believe in what they're talking about. They need you to agree with them. They really, really cannot stand on their argument on their own, which is why when they're arguing with you, they need you to end the argument agreeing with them. I just feel like you should be okay with us disagreeing. And moving forward separately.
1,000%.
Like, we do not need to hold hands and kumbaya if we don't agree on these basic things.
Right.
You know what I mean? We could go find other people.
Yeah, because too, at the end of the day, we can still disagree and part ways peacefully. Like, it doesn't have to be bad blood between us just because we disagree on something.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like people are sitting here picking a fight, trying to make you change your mind, and it's like, bro, we don't have to do any of that. You can just step away confidently, feeling the way you feel,
Yeah.
and I can do the same. And if I ever change my mind, I can maybe come back to you. But that's definitely not gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
just don't get it. Like, don't come politicking over here. Yeah, it ain't
No.
gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
It really not. Especially not now, because I swear when I was younger, I wanted to set some people straight because I knew that, like, you know, my belief system is correct.
How did you listen?
No, actually. And now I feel like it works out even better because now I just don't have the energy to argue with people that don't agree with me. And that usually gets people even more mad. You know what I mean? They like it when you fire back and you're like, well, this is what I mean. And like, these are my examples. And like, you know what I mean? And now I'm just like, I don't owe you shit. Like, this is what I believe. And I really don't need to say any much more about it. I really don't. I don't have the energy.
Yep. Sometimes the strongest, smartest, best thing to do is just to walk away from the situation. Because, like, I'm not going to fight with you. Who is you?
Yeah, some people just really want to lure you into an argument.
Yes.
And I have been a victim of this
Me too.
for a long time. Because if it's one thing I got, it's some passion.
Yeah. I still got a couple baits that always hook me. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, God. Let me save my energy for shit I like. Is what I've been telling myself.
Or two, just positive things. Like, that's the other thing, kind of like I was saying before. It's like, don't spend your time, like, talking negatively about it.
Yeah.
Just, like, move on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's
Like,
the
just
thing.
don't say nothing about it.
I feel like you can disagree, and the way they react will tell you everything they need to know about a person. If you disagree and they get angry, they're immature. If you disagree and they're curious about why you feel the way you feel, I feel like, okay, I can entertain that.
Yeah.
Because you're asking questions because you're genuinely interested as to why I see things this way. if you disagree and you're just frustrated with me and you're like, well, I'm right, like, I'm not going to take you seriously. Like, conversation over.
Yeah.
But if you show me that you're genuinely interested in learning about the other side, I'll talk to you about it. I'll entertain it. Same with you. I'll let you talk about your point because I want it to be balanced. But if you're just yelling at me or trying to be a smart ass in a demeaning way, making me feel stupid for thinking the way I feel, I'm not going to be talking to you no more because you're disrespecting me. And I feel like men a lot of times do that. You know what I mean? Like they almost try to belittle you. And I will not be belittled.
Yeah. No. And I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of women will back down, you know?
Yeah.
And no, don't do that anymore. Like, it makes me sad when I see that. And anytime I feel like it's in my vicinity, like, I try and go stick up for the woman, you know? Because it's like, they win so much in life, you know? Like, they can't, I don't want them to win this little argument or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, I hate when they walk away feeling like they won.
They got one
Like, they
on
got
you.
it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I changed her mind. I convinced her when really deep down, like, he didn't, but you're too scared to, like, keep arguing your point, kind of, or, like, really stand up for yourself.
Well, and let's be honest, a lot of these women, they're really scared of a lot of these men's reactions because a lot of men can be physically abusive and mentally abusive when you disagree with them. So it's like, as a woman, I feel like a lot of times maybe women know what they're saying is right, but they almost back down because they're scared of their partner's reaction.
Yeah.
And like that to me is really sad too, because you're doing it essentially to protect yourself, but like it sucks because you know what's right in your heart.
Right.
You know? And like I just, obviously, so much goes into like being in an abusive situation.
Yeah.
But like I just wish that they didn't even have to be in that situation in the first place. Because the right man, even if he disagrees with you, he'll hear you out. And he'll create a safe space for you to express yourself.
And I feel like, yes, there are some people who are in those scary, you know, type of relationships where they very much feel that they can't. But I also feel like sometimes women really are just like scared to share it, you know, or they fear that maybe their partner will react that way, but they wouldn't really, you know. And I'm bringing this up because I feel like sometimes we are too afraid to have tough conversations and push the needle forward for like women. And I feel like Black and brown women do that a lot. And I need more like white women to do that.
Absolutely.
You know, like have those uncomfortable conversations. Like it's not easy for us either. You know what I mean? Like it's never easy when I'm having to fight for myself and yell at these men to like back off, you know, but I do it because I have to. Yeah. You know? And I'm not saying like,
so we were raised in households where I can speak on myself. Like I was raised in a household where women were always standing up for themselves, you know?
Had to speak up for yourself, had to fight for yourself, you know? So yeah, I just want more women to do that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think it also kind of relates to the whole like pick me archetype. You know what I mean? A lot of women feel like if they are disagreeable or if they don't always, you know, follow suit, that they won't be wanted by the opposite sex. And it's like, well, by doing that, you're really making the pool of men available to you very small. Yeah. You know what I mean? If all you care about is whether men are going to like you because, you know, you're speaking up or you're not speaking up, like, who cares? Speak up and see what men like you. You know what I mean? And the ones that don't, perfect. Weak-minded. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They're going to fall back anyways. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, cutting ourselves short sometimes.
Absolutely. You know? And then, you know, sometimes I feel like if you do speak up and you feel like this man, like, he wants to learn from you, but, like, you know, he's stuck in his old ways, I'd say also drop him. Yeah. Like, because, like, it's the ones that are, like, kind of teetering back and forth that can be really dangerous because they show you potential, but they're still very much toxic. Yeah. You know? So, like, you want to let them go, but, like, God damn, they showed a little potential, so maybe I'll, like, stick around. No. Don't do that.
Yeah. Living on the dream of potential will just, like, leave you in sadness forever. I'm speaking from experience. Like, you don't fall in love with potential.
Potential doesn't exist.
It's a delusion.
It's literally, like, your dream world. Yeah. No. Do you like what you working with? I sure hope so, because that's what you got.
I feel like it leads leads to like a bigger heartbreak too. You know what I mean? Because you're building like these
You're breaking
lies.
up with two people, the person they are and the person
that you created.
were potentially going to be.
Of who they could be.
No, literally.
You know?
Like, literally.
It's like they don't even want that for themselves.
I mean,
but,
let's talk about it. Actually, usually those relationships that weren't relationships, but the heartbreak sucked. You know which ones I'm talking about? A lot of people have gone through them. Those are the ones they're really hard because you didn't really break up with the person. You had all these ideas about who they were, what you guys were going to be. And now that it's over, like, all of that comes crashing down. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Actually. And then you feel really dumb because you're like, wait,
So
they
dumb.
never actually did that for me. Like, why do I think that, like, they were that for me?
Yeah, you like play it back. You're like, oh, okay, so I really made this all in my mind.
Literally,
Cool,
like they were never consistent.
Cool.
They like
Literally.
never made me feel
me.
safe.
That was me showing up.
No,
that
literally.
was me texting all the time. That was me doing this.
Yeah,
you know,
that was me needing closure.
Yeah,
that was me needing closure.
Right.
That was me needing closure.
I'll just go die now.
Oh, God. I don't know who I'm talking about. Oh, that's crazy. Question. Do you think we're getting to that space like in the world where like people are gonna be like, oh shit, the world's ending, like let me go hit up like the one person that like I think I can like have like a last good like 5 years with on this planet?
Aww.
You know what I mean?
I hope so.
I feel like that'd be
people.
You think like because there's like the ones out of desperation and the ones that are like gonna bring like the people that are meant to be together.
Yeah, I feel like some people will be like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go find my long lost lover," and other people are gonna be like, "The world's ending. I'm gonna cling on to what I have."
Oh yeah,
You know, like it
Yeah.
could be like a 50-50 split.
Yeah, honestly,
Because some people get really weird, like in those trying times, and like cling. I mean, people get weird. I do this. Cling.
I feel like this is actually a self-fulfilling
Right, I'm like,
prophecy.
wait. Let me check myself. But we cling to the things.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
mean,
I
it
mean?
brings comfort
Right.
in a state of anxiety.
Right. But
But I feel like I don't know. I want people to have partners that make them feel safe. I mean, at all times, but I feel like now more than anything.
yeah.
I need people in these streets to get it together and be good to each other. You know what I mean? I feel like as humanity, like we need love more than ever because like everything going on around us is so negative and toxic.
Yeah.
And like not to sound like a motivational like book, but like truly love makes the world a better place. Like it really does.
1000%. It does.
And I just feel like we're all just so broken and in desperate need of healing energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone needs more love.
Everyone
everyone
really
needs
fucking
a fucking
does.
hug and to say that you're doing good.
They need
and
to create
that-
robots that hug you.
They do.
And
They
that
really
give
do.
you like affirmations.
Yes! That would be so nice.
Good morning, Sarah. I'm like, bitch, shut up. I'm in like in one of my moods.
Right, like it only gives you like all the corny ones. You can't
No,
spell
literally.
impossible
But
without
I'm
possible.
Like, no.
Like, shut up.
Deeper.
Yes.
I want the deep version. Oh my God. What if we can make robots like and we could pick their signs? I would love.
That would be
I would
pretty
love a Gemini bot.
iconic.
Gemini
I would want to
Sun.
pick, like a couple placements, like maybe their whole chart. Because, like,
I mean,
if
a
it was
couple
just,
places, that whole fucking chart.
Because if it was just, like, one archetype
Yeah.
of, like,
Yeah.
like their sun sign or something, or, like,
Yeah.
I think I might get annoyed of just, like, an archetype.
Yeah. Right. You better just write that to them. Let them know. Share your story.
It would have to be a nice, it couldn't be a Sagittarius or a Virgo because they wouldn't take well to that feedback.
I feel like for you, it has to be fire or air though, right? I
Yeah.
feel like you would get annoyed of earth and water.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, well, I like water.
Okay, you like
Yeah. Earth would annoy me. That's facts.
Right. I was going to say, I feel like Taurus would be kind of nice too. Like very comforting. Like everything's going to be okay. Go get your blanket. Order some food.
Take him down.
Sit down.
Right.
You've worked too hard today.
Right.
Give up.
Give up. Marry rich.
Actually, go to Vegas. That's actually really funny.
That is very funny.
Comment down below. Go if you're listening. Comment. This is a demand.
Do it.
What sign would you want your robot to be?
Sign do you want? Robo sign.
Robo sign. Oh, that's good. Robo chart. Okay, so I want to talk about social media because as of recently, I am taking a break from Instagram, my personal Instagram. And truly, I feel great about it. I didn't realize, and I'm a late Instagrammer. Like, I had Instagram when it first came out in 2014, was not on it for, like, years when it blew up and came back on in, like, 2020. And then I just realized, like, fuck, like, I wasn't a point in my life where I was depressed, stressed, all the things. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to get rid of my Instagram. I'm going to deactivate that shit. And oh my God, like I didn't realize how much I was on that shit. Like, oh my God, look at my coffee. Like, oh my God, I'm at the gym now. Like, oh my God, at the beach. Like, life is so good. You know? Like, oh my God. Like, now I can just like get my coffee and drink it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta get the fucking angle. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a sidereal, Libra stellium. So I love aesthetiques.
Yes.
I love taking pictures.
Yes.
I love the vibe, setting it up right. Like, I live for that shit. But sometimes I feel like with all the different types of social media we have to be on, it's fucking exhausting.
For sure. And like, how do you find the line? You know what I mean? Of like posting too much and like feeling like you're not posting enough and like feeling like maybe you're just like scrolling on it. Like, why am I on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, I don't want to delete my Instagram, but
Yeah.
I also don't post on it that much, but then I feel guilty. And it's just like this whole weird thing. And I feel like everyone kind of battles with it of like, how much should I be on social media?
Honestly, and like, yes. And maybe what I'm about to say is controversial, but like, I don't care about seeing people's stories.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying it honestly. Like, it creates anxiety within me to see what everyone I know is doing. Like, almost like I shouldn't even know. Like, oh my God, like this is so personal. Like, no, like literally, no. I genuinely feel this way. Like, why should I be knowing what people are doing every day? Like, to me, that really does
Every
create
second of the day,
anxiety
too.
within me. Like, if I like you, we'll catch up. If you post something, it ends up on my feed, awesome. Like, you know what I mean? But the fact that I have to go through everyone's story, like, and everyone's watching my story, and who's watching my story? Like, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, truly.
Right.
Truly. But, like, they make you think that you have to.
No, for sure. Because it's not just the stories, too. It's the stories, and then you have the feed. So it's like, okay, so I'm posting every hour damn near in stories.
Yeah.
And then what? How often are you supposed to be posting in the feed? You know what I mean?
It's just
some people repurpose it. It's just like it's a whole clusterfuck right now. I feel like nobody knows what's happening on Instagram.
No one does, but I feel like looking at Instagram stories, like you could scroll through everyone that has posted something. It's almost like looking out into a crowd and be like, I want to see what this person's doing with their life.
Yeah. Tapping in.
Okay, bye. I want to see what this person's doing with their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like so much information to process. If you really think about it, before we were just seeing people post at most once a day on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Now we're seeing multiple people posting multiple things every day. Your story is usually a daily thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of information to take on. We're learning a lot about the people that we follow. And I feel like as a human, I've reached my capacity. And I've only been on Instagram for like 2 years right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe it's because of that I'm just like so sensitive to it. I'm like, this is too much information. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I actually can't.
I mean, well,
I love, for anyone to take this the wrong way, I love like liking my friends' Instagrams, like their feed pictures. I love that shit. The photo dumps, live for it. I love seeing you happy. It's the stories that are so overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I feel like people feel the same way. It's like, again, how often do I need to be posting in the stories? And you feel like you have to like show people because you're like, oh, well, people are looking too, so I have to keep posting.
I think that's literally what
know?
it is.
It's
And
like a
I don't
weird
know, like you
thing.
can probably do a whole ass like case study on it. How many people think, oh my God, I haven't posted in like a day. Like people are going to think like there's something wrong with me.
Right.
I know people be thinking that shit.
Right.
Or you're having fun and you're like, fuck, I need to show this too. Cause like this is the best part of my day. Why does the best part of your day need to be on Instagram?
Yeah.
Fuck Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, they took stories from Snapchat, but Snapchat stories aren't like that. You know? Like, it's like a totally different vibe on Instagram.
It is.
And it is stressful. I don't watch people's stories because it's, like, a lot. I'm like, I already have the feed. It's, like, too much
I know.
going on.
And I don't either. When I was on it, I wouldn't. I would watch maybe sometimes a couple of my friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's just very strange. Instagram is a really strange place. Mm-hmm. And as much as everyone talks about, like, it's fake, like, we all know, like, it's not realistic, nothing about it is changing. People are still posting the best parts of their lives.
Right. And, like, we all know the negative effects, but we still, like, continue to subscribe to it. You know, like, they haven't done anything different to make it better for our mental health. You know what I mean? Like, they know what they are doing to young teenagers and to even people who are, like, young adults. You know what I mean? Adults. Like, it's not good for your mental to be on and scrolling like that all the time.
At all. And it's just wild to think about, like, how many different parts of Instagram there are, because I still am active on my art Instagram, and like I love being on that one. Because all I follow is art pages. All on my explore page is art. Mm-hmm. So it's honestly really nice to be on there. I don't see people. I just see art. It's beautiful. Makes me feel good. It's just so crazy that I was experiencing different emotions in different parts of the app. And the part of the app that had to do with people and socializing, it brought anxiety within me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got off then.
Yeah.
And anyone else who ever
and it's a
feels
break.
anxious,
I'll probably be back at some point.
Yeah.
This is how I've always been with all my apps.
Yeah.
I take breaks. I come back.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone should do that. You know what I mean? If you're ever feeling anxious from your social medias, like, deactivate them. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time for you to even say goodbye to them. Like, whatever it is to, like, keep your mental health number one and happy, like, do that. Because these social media apps and stuff, like, they can go away at any point in time, and you don't actually need them to live.
Exactly.
You know?
They're not always real.
Yeah.
Except for Twitter. That's God's Bible.
Don't you dare ever delete the Twitter.
No, I'm like, I never need a break from the truth. Twitter strong. Oh my God.
Faithful Twitter.
No, seriously.
So funny.
That's my main bitch.
Right. Let's hope, you know, Elon doesn't do any crazy things with it.
No, he won't. You ain't gonna do shit.
Don't do shit to that beautiful app.
I can't with that funny man. Or that wannabe funny man. I feel like he thinks he's funny and he's not.
No.
You're just rich and people laugh at your jokes because you're rich.
Right. Right. I feel like people are actually laughing at you because you're awkward. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
actually,
like, anyone who has, like, a social meter
No,
would be like,
literally.
bro, you're weird.
It's all the, like, the frat boys and, like, the...
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gosh. All the douchey techies.
Bitcoin. I was about to say Bitcoiners. That's all I'm saying.
So, I thought it would be fun to ask this question. What's a placement that you would never date?
Oh, shit.
Because I feel like we did a video on, like, a sun sign we'd never date,
know.
you know? So I feel like it'd be fun to just talk about, like, a placement we would never date.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would never date a Virgo Venus. You know, it's a no for me. I feel like I don't want to be picked apart in our relationship.
Yeah.
And my Venus is already in detriment. You know what I mean? In Scorpio. So I really don't want to be with someone who has Venus in the fall. Because you are going to be struggling when it comes to love. You know what I mean? And granted, I'm with an Aries Venus who's also in detriment. But we both are ruled by Mars. You know what I mean? So we got that fire when it comes to love, at least. We fighting for our love. Whereas a Virgo Venus, I feel like, yeah, once they're dedicated and devoted to you, they'll ride for you. But, like, I feel like it's really hard for them to settle because they're so picky. And I don't want you to pick me apart. And, like, ruin me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, literally ruin me.
Yeah.
While I become the perfect person for you.
Yeah.
You know, it would hurt my feelings. I mean, now that would never happen. But, like, if I was younger and I came across a Virgo Venus, they would have definitely ruined me.
Yeah.
Because, listen, I can be perfect. I am what you want. You know? When you're in like your teens, you're like,
right. You're like, I'm gonna prove.
If it's love, it's love. I'll change for you.
Right.
Like, no, that's not
anything
love.
for you. Anything for love.
No, just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Probably couldn't do like a Mercury in Pisces or just because I feel like
You
our
guys are gonna
conversations would go nowhere.
Or it would go everywhere.
But I feel like we could talk for like 5 hours and then I'd walk away and be like, what the fuck did we just talk about?
Actually, well, backstory,
You know?
my if you knew, is Sagittarius Mercury.
Yes. Yes. When Mercury is in Sagittarius and when Mercury is in Pisces, it's in detriment. You know, so we have a hard time with our words and communicating and expressing ourselves sometimes. Even though we have all the feels, it just doesn't come out very clearly.
Yeah, there's definitely some words missing.
Yeah.
And you have to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. And you're like, huh?
Like, what? No. It's like that one little Uzi.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Ooh.
2 brain cells. Your last 2 brain cells.
Like, it could be a good time, but like I said, it could also be very confusing.
No, for sure.
And,
that's actually really fucking funny.
I
know. Honestly, every time I'm around, you not included, because you're my bestie and I read your mind. But most of the time when I'm around a Sag Mercury or a Pisces Mercury, my Libra Mercury, like, I try to aid them. I'm like, you mean like this? Like, is that what you meant? Actually, I do that with you too.
You too. I was like, no, you do that with me too. And it's appreciated. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Because you get my energy and intention. And I'm like,
I try to place some balance into the communication.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Because then, you know, I have all my other Sag placements too. So I think I just should go in like hard and direct. You know, and that's not always the answer, especially when you don't have like a clear answer.
Like, well,
you see the confusion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a car with one of the wheels missing.
Right.
Like, it's going straight, but it might turn a little.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yes. And I just hate walking away from conversations too, feeling like we were on the same page, but then we clearly weren't.
You know, it's funny because some would say that's you guys' tactful.
It's our thing.
Even though I know it's not, but like, I know it leaves people confused. They're like, wait a minute. Did they get one on me? It's like, no, they really thought you guys were on the same page.
Yeah. It just leads to so many miscommunications, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That I feel could be avoided.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like with my Libra Mercury, I sometimes feel like I overcompensate with all the miscommunications that happen around me. I'm like, well, let's just put a bow on it.
She's like, word vomit. Let me help you. Word vomit.
Okay, perfect.
So everyone's good?
Is everyone pleased with what was said today?
Oh, that is
Does
so
anyone
funny.
else need to say anything? No. first tell me. We'll say it together.
I'll filter all should be filtered through me.
Yeah, I feel like PR work would be great for me. Like I would love to read over shit and be like, no, let's take this out. Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yes.
put that in. Oh yeah, we need that for the ethos. And we need
No, I feel like all Libras should be in PR. That would be like
for sure.
excellent for them.
honestly.
You know?
Yeah.
They're great mediators,
Mm-hmm.
great socializers, and that's really all PR is.
Yeah.
Telling you what to say, how to say it. Hello,
Make
Libra.
it sound good.
Make it sound
Make
good.
it sound good, baby.
You know?
You either gonna be a lawyer or you're gonna be in PR.
Right.
Pick and choose.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Reminds me of my crib. My mom being like, you could be a doctor or a lawyer. That's it.
All right, sexy people. Thank you for kicking it with your girls on this beautiful Leo season evening. All right. Well, we discussed a little bit of everything. I know we have a full moon while you're watching this that happened last night. So if you're feeling tired, anxious, overwhelmed, self-care is the theme.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yes.
Leo season, so you really should be self-caring anyway. But with this Aquarius full moon, I really suggest being a little bit solo dolo and taking some time to yourself.
Yes.
Centering yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to link our socials somewhere over here. And if you're listening, don't forget to rate and review. And if you're watching, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends. We would really appreciate the hell out of it.
Yes, we love you guys so much. And we'll see you on Monday.
See you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.